Alright guys, so we got a good chunk of our application complete. Our registration login is done. Front end classes are done. Now I want to get into the back end where we log in. Alright, right now I can log in. Alright, and on the right here we have a My Classes link, and I want to be able to click that and see classes that I'm registered in, which will be in the student model or student object as an array. And then on the front end, if we go to class details, I want to be able to click register, and that'll add this class to the classes array on the student model. Alright, so let's do this first. We'll work on getting this route working. Alright, so what we need to do, first of all, in app.js, we need to add the routes. Okay. And don't forget to do this because I used to forget all the time and I would be stumped for hours. So we want students is equal to routes students, and then down here we need to do it as well. Alright, so we can save that, close it, and now we want to create a student's route. So new file, I'm going to save it as students.js, and we want to create a view folder called students, and I'm going to create a view file, save it as classes.handlebars. Okay, now in the students route, let's just go ahead and copy the index route, and we're going to need a few different models here. Okay, we'll need the class, we'll need student, and I think we'll need user too. Alright, now this is going to take care of classes. And basically, all we need to do is query the student, because the class is going to be an embedded object in the student's object. Alright, so we should be able to just say student dot get student. Now, usually I would say get student by ID, but for this particular app, the user ID is different than the student ID. So I'm going to do get student by username. Alright, and we need to create that method, of course, but we're going to pass in the username, which will be it's going to be rec.user.username. Okay, that's always going to return the username of the logged in person. Alright, and then here this will be student, and we want to render students/classes, and we just want to pass that student object. Okay, we can get rid of this 3 and this comma. And now if we open the model, the student model, and I'm also going to open the user model because I want to just grab this. So we'll change this to student. Get student by username, and we need to change this. Find one, and it's going to do the query. Alright, now for this view for the classes, I'm going to just paste in a table. Okay, so this table is going to have all the student information, his name up here, and then we're going to go through the classes array and spit them out. as a table row. Obviously right now the user doesn't have any classes, but if they did, they would show here. So let's just make sure that it actually loads. Okay, so now if we choose My Classes, we have Brad's classes, and we'll have a list of them. Now we'll probably want to put a message here if there aren't any. We should be able to say if student, then do this, else I guess we can say you're not registered for any classes. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, this is wrong. This if. Whoops. Okay. I guess that didn't work. What if we say like if student dot ID? No. Huh. Oh well. I'm not sure what's going on there. We should be able to do that, I would think. But anyway, it's not a huge deal. So now that we can see our classes, what I want is when we log in, we should be redirected to this page. Alright, so let's log out and go to our routes, I think we need the users route, and go down to login, and we should be able to let's create a variable called type and set that. Actually, we probably could use the type variable. Let's say user type. User type is equal to rec.user.type. All right, and then I think we can say slash and then concatenate on user type and then say slash classes. Okay, I'm not positive that this will work. Actually, we need an S here. But let's try it out. Yeah, it did work. Alright, so now we're being redirected to classes. So what we want to do now is be able to register for classes. Okay, so if we go to the front end and class details, I want this button to add classes to my array. Alright, because every student is going to have an array of classes. So, let's see, we want to do this under students. One thing that I forgot to do is we need only registered users should be able to get to students/classes to see their classes. So we don't have the function in the students route, so I'm going to copy it from the users route. No, that's the user model. Right here. Ensure authenticated. So copy that, and I'm going to put that in the students route. And all we need to do to use that is to put it right here. Ensure authenticated, and that should be fine. All right. So now we want to be able to register. So let's go to the view first. Okay, so this is the details view. So we'll open that up. That's under classes, details. And actually we already have it. We already have the form here. Action is students, classes, register. And then we're going to pass on the student ID. Actually, we're going to have to change this. We're going to change this to student username. And then the value here will be user.username. And then the rest is fine. Yeah, the rest looks good. So save that. And then in the student's route, we're going to do router dot post. Okay, and then in here we want classes slash register, and then we need our function. Okay, function will get a request and a response, and now we're going to create an array. Okay, I'm going to call it info. And basically we want to fill it with the information being passed from the form. So we're going to say info student underscore username is going to be equal to request dot user dot username. All right, info class ID is going to be equal to request.body.class ID. These should have quotes. Okay, info class title, that's going to come from the form as well. So request.body dot class title. Alright, so then we need to call student dot register. Okay, so we're going to pass into that the info array and then a function. Okay, and this function will take an error and a student, and then we'll just check for errors and just throw them. Alright, and then we'll just console log, and let's just console log the student itself. Okay, and then we can just redirect. So we'll say request.flash, and this will be a success message, and we'll say you are now registered. Okay, and then we just want to redirect. Let's redirect to slash classes. Alright, so we'll save that. And let's try it out. Actually, no, we need to create the register function. Okay, so this register function needs to be put in the student model. So I'm going to actually just paste this in. Okay, so what we're doing, we're getting the info and we're setting these variables to the info. This is wrong. We want this to be username. Okay, class ID, class title. Now we're going to do student dot find by ID and update. We're going to find the student by its username and then push into classes. Okay, classes is going to be an array of object, and it's going to have the class ID and the class title. Alright, and we're choosing upsert true because we want to overwrite. If we put one with the same class ID, it'll overwrite and update it. and then we're just going to call a callback. So let's go ahead and try that. Okay, so I'm a new student. I'm going to log in. I have no classes. I'm going to go check the classes out. I like this one. I'm going to register for it. You are now registered. Oh, it should be going to students' classes. Alright, so it'll go here. Oh, and that breaks it. Alright, so I'm not sure what went wrong. Let's go change this redirect to students/classes. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what went wrong though. Student username equals request.username. Huh. Now let me see if if that registered us. So I want to open my, where is it? My Mongo, and db.users.find, and it doesn't look like, yeah, we don't have any classes. So something wasn't right. Oh, here it is. Student.find by ID and update. That's not right. I think we can do find one and update. Alright, and it's going to be set up a little different. Let's let me create a query, and we'll set that to, let's see, we'll set that username and student username. Alright, then I think I can pass that in here like that. Okay, I'm not sure. Let's give it a shot. Alright, so we need to log back in. And let's go to classes, register. You are now registered, but I go to my classes and we're not. Oh no. Students.find.pretty classes. Alright, now log out. Yeah, so I don't know why the classes aren't showing up here, because this is, oh, it's just the ID? It looks like all we have for classes is the ID, the object ID. Alright guys, I'm going to look around a little bit and I'll be back. Alright, I think I know the issue. Down here in the classes register route, when we passed in to register, we passed in info as text. We put quotes, or I should say I put quotes around it, and that messed everything up. So let's save that and let's try this again. Alright, so we'll register. There we go, you're now registered. There's the class ID, the class name, and a view lessons link. Alright, so now when we log in, we'll be redirected to this classes page and we'll see a list of our classes. Alright, and just to make sure, I'll go and register for the PHP. And there it is. Alright. So in the next video, we'll get into the instructors area, which will be basically the same thing, except they'll be able to add lessons. All right, so we'll do that next.